Welcome back to the Jupiter podcast live every Friday at 6:45 Eastern Standard Time. Today I have on Paul from the Paranormal Among Us. He's going to be coming in here soon. He got off work and he was able to squeeze himself in here. I really appreciate that he's able to come on the show. We run tight schedules. We run tight ships. We do a lot of things. Some bad news today is that our moderator Pam is not going to be here because she's out on a birthday date with her wonderful husband. But the good news is we have Jenny filling in today, so I really appreciate that, Jenny, running all the links and getting everybody out there. So if you come swing by and hang out with us and you got a show, like always, I go ahead and promote your links and make sure that you guys get your names out there as best as possible. If you keep coming back to the show, please do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and if you guys could do me a really big favor, go over to Spotify, download the episodes when you're at work, if you're on the go. That way you get to hear all your favorite guests while you're doing what you do to make your ends meet. And while you're there, please do me a favor and leave a rating, because that helps me out. Any help in those kind of things doesn't cost you a dime, is very helpful to me. All the shirts and all the stuff that you can get, Eye of Jupiter merch. This is Metallica, but close enough. That's all down in the description below. And you'll also get to see all the great shows that I work with together. All those links are down there as well. So with all that out of the way, let's welcome to the show Paul from the Paranormal Among Us. What's up, buddy?
How you doing? I'm doing.
Metallica,
Eye of Jupiter, they're pretty much interchangeable.
Because of the intro, it's all metaled out. I was rocking out in the background, man. I don't know. I was trying to look for an intro that kind of fits my personality, and it's kind of somewhere between gent and doom. So I figured, that'll work.
I have more of a Barry Manilow. I have more of a Barry Manilow open on mine.
Yes, it is very beautiful. Guys, go over and check out his channel. Let's see if I can grab it real quick. Where are we at? Here we go. Paul, this is your show, buddy, The Paranormal Among Us on YouTube. Thank you. Within the last couple months, you've reached over that 1,000 point mark, 1,000 subscriber mark. That means you're doing good things over there, buddy.
It's been an incredible journey. And, I couldn't do it without all the awesome people in chat. Meeting you guys, you, Jim, Daniel, Pam, Jenny, Mike, everybody. It's just been a fantastic journey. I never thought that this would be something that I would like so much and continue doing. It's weird.
Yeah, it is extremely weird. You're over in the chat, on the messenger chat group over there, and there's always a bunch of like backdoor laughter and preparing for each other's shows and helping each other out. Hey, what do you guys use to edit? What do you guys use? How are you contacting people? Right. Hey, can I contact this person? Of course. And it's always been a great helpful thing. You've always been kind of involved, and it is a wonderful thing. You get to meet. I'm sure you feel this way. The people that you get to meet, the encounters, and the people actually sharing this encounter with you and having the feeling safe enough to do so is probably, It has a lot to do with who you are as a person as well.
Well, just being able to hear these people come on any show really and give their stories. I mean, they could be, very personal stories, whatever. And if they don't want to share it, they certainly don't have to, but they do. They trust us to share their story out. And it's just incredible. And then, to meet people on through YouTube or wherever you're on is incredible. But to get the opportunity to meet somebody in person that you've only seen on here, you've only seen them in chat, and you put a face to their name, whatever, that is just incredible. I mean, Jim would be the exception. Jim Powell would be the exception.
This Jim's show. Check him out. He's one of the group members who hangs out with us, and we all work together to get our shows to be the best they can be. Jim Powell might watch. Yeah. Hey, we like Jim. Yeah. And here's Daniel Cahoon. Go check out the Magical Journey podcast. Yes. And let's see what else we got on here. Jim Powell's Night Watch. Jenny is moderating today, so do me a favor and check out her stuff. Jenny and Mike, the Atkins, at Mystical Mountain Creations on Facebook. You guys can go over there and get yourself a wonderful tumbler and other things and alike. You can sit if you have a show and you want to have something that kind of represents that show, they can help you out there. They're really cool people. And they're actually got a website coming soon. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Thank you so much, Jenny, for all your help. You are on the ball tonight. I'm running down here trying to get to the bottom. Hang in there, Paul. This is your YouTube. What is this? Is this your other show?
YouTube. No, that's my YouTube.
Okay, let's see. Hey, coffee stained mug. Welcome to the show.
Nice.
I don't know who that is, but welcome, bro.
Hey, welcome. Yeah.
Coffee stained
mug. If you need a new coffee mug, contact Jenny and Mike.
Look, really, nerds?
Yeah. Yeah, really, nerd. Yep, Jim. Yep.
So speaking of people who are always in the chat, you've probably noticed the last 3, 4, 5 months, we've had this incredible woman who runs Northwest Tracker. She's always been on, and I've been trying to get her on the show, but she's kind of lacking in the technical department. Dude, I finally got her on this week. Lacking the video. But I got to tell you guys,
well,
it's one of those shows, bro. It's surprising, man. It's you always think, we've been doing this for a while, 2 years, you and I, something like that. And you always think you've heard everything, or you think you kind of know what's going to happen. But I got to tell you, man, this woman, she is the last of her kind. And she did a ritual in 1978, the last one to do it. It's like a year. And the things that she ran into, I don't even want to mention them. I don't want to ruin it all, but October 21st, it's coming out, and I will most definitely be having her on again. So,
nice.
Yeah, the people you meet, they're on the side. They have, oh, hey, I have a Bigfoot encounter. Like, oh, write me, and they go ahead and while you're at it, man. How can people contact you?
Paranormal Among Us 72@gmail.com.
Why 72? Date of birth, year of birth?
That's my birth year.
Yeah. Oh, you're 8 years older than me.
Really?
Yeah, you look so much better than I do, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you guys can contact me, if you have anything you want to reach out to me, you can contact me at the @gmail.com. I forget to mention it because he is okay. Jim, take it down a notch, buddy.
Buddy, we need security in here. We need security.
Yeah. He won't be hard to run down. He's not exactly the fastest guy in the world. We might be old, Jim, but we're still in good shape, bro.
Speak for yourself, man.
Yeah, oh, really? Oh, it's been going downhill, man. What are you talking about?
Got a knee replacement. I can't run anywhere now.
You had a knee replacement? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had a knee replacement back in. Actually, it was during my recovery from knee replacement where I decided to do this podcast. So, I have that to thank.
Yeah, man. It's been weird. Like I spend most of my days in front of the computer now. Either I'm doing the show, editing the show, looking for new people, or I'm tutoring in English now. That's my new job. I'm an English tutor. I don't know why anyone in the world would want to speak to learn from me, but it seems to be helping people.
we all think that. And when you step back and you're down in Mexico,
right?
And I would think that any local person there sees you and would think, hey, this guy has it together. Let's learn from him. If I were in their shoes, I certainly would.
Yeah, but that would be a very very strong misapprehension of the situation.
And just think of all the new slang they could learn too. That would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of slang, man. Especially even in Spanish. Like I know some German slang. people wouldn't think that there's slang in a language like German. But yes, welcome, Amy. Welcome to the show. I've never seen you here before. I'm
Amy
very
Creel.
glad do you know her?
Yes, she is one of in my chat a lot. We always, every time we see each other, and this is the funniest thing with me and her. Okay. Every time we see each other in chat, we say hi, and we always mention what we have for dinner. It's almost like a competition or whatever.
You guys always seem to be doing like a Weather Channel type situation too. That because you guys, all the storms are coming through, and I'm down here like I just hope I don't get hit by a hurricane.
Yeah, no kidding.
So far, so good.
But you know what? I got to meet Amy a couple weeks ago. I guess it'll be 2 weeks ago tomorrow, And I'm so happy. She's just as amazing in person as she is on the chat. I got to meet her and her wonderful husband and had a great chat with her, and it was awesome.
Where did you meet her, buddy?
So we did the Crossing Realms conference in Richmond, Missouri, and we had a bunch of speakers there. We had a lot of people from our chats were in there. So I mean, it was just incredible to meet.
That's cool,
to
man.
meet them. Yeah,
To meet the people from the chat at a show that you're at. Maybe one day, bro. I just got to make. If you guys go to support the channel, help me out. I will get my plane tickets and I'll come and I'll sleep on your couch, buddy.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, hey, William Hatfield's here next week. He will be on the show. We're going to go ahead and go through. And if you haven't checked it out, check out Hatfield Films. Very good, under the radar film creator and maker. He's been on before. Had him on a regular show. We're going to have him on live. We're going to go ahead and go through some of his films that he's been doing, and they're really good. I've watched one, buddy. I watched one of them, and I was extremely surprised by how really good it is. It's some actual recording. He actually goes out and he does a little bit of AI, and he does like a whole, he does the where the person talks in the background, the storyline. What's that? What do they call this? The moderation. Narrator. One of those words. And he's very good at it. So next week, guys, go and check. Hi, Ryan. Hello, Ryan. Welcome to the show.
Ryan.
So yeah, dude. So you've been quite busy lately, haven't you?
Yeah, I have actually. We actually the 19th and 20th when we had the conference, it was at Richmond Eagleton Civic Center, which is right next door to Ray County Museum, which is a very haunted museum. And we went there after the conference, and then on the way home, a bunch of us went to Emmaus Asylum, which is maybe like an hour from me, an hour north of me, and we did a little investigation and stuff. And we had an amazing 2 nights of investigation at both places. So I mean, it was incredible. It was really, really fun.
Yeah. So what do you guys do when you're there? Are you? I remember there was one in particular that you did a live. You do a live thing on. Did you do the same thing, or what is it that you're doing?
No, I didn't. I didn't do that this time. In fact, this time at Ray County, I wanted to do a little something different. Because normally, if we do go on an investigation, I'll record as we walk through and what we see, and we'll have different devices going and stuff like that. But this time, I followed one of my good friends, Julie Maria, who's a medium, was there. And I was following her around because I always wondered and just wanted to follow her around, or any medium really, to see what they would catch. Because they're always getting information from spirits and stuff and all that. So I really wanted to walk with her through this haunted museum. And let me tell you, it was absolutely incredible. I mean, she'd be walking down the hallway, and all of a sudden she would stop, turn, and say, "Oh, hi, who are you?" And I look at her, and she's standing looking at a wall right now. This is cool. This is cool. Wow. And yeah, I mean, it was just incredible, the things that were coming through to her. And I know in one of the rooms, it was a Black History room. I know there's a spirit of a little kid that's in there. Sure enough, a little girl came in the room with us and was talking with Jilly, and Natalie was there. She was showing her dress to Natalie, and she had pigtails on, and I can't remember what her name was, but something whispered a name. I don't remember what her name was, but they whispered a name, Brandy, to her. And the next thing out of Jilly's mouth was, "How did you know that was my name?" And then that was because you whispered it to me. Someone's whispering it in my ear. So from that
you were hook, line, and sinker after that, huh?
Yeah,
dude. So we have somebody apparently from England, because you used the word wanker. Released my grandmother from a basement. Can you help us get her back in, Paul?
I don't know. I can maybe try and get you in contact with Jilly, and she might be able to. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I just look for him. I can't bring him back or free him or whatever.
I don't think I've ever asked you this. I have a question. I don't think I've ever asked you this, and actually know what got you into doing this paranormal thing. What is it about it that just kind of, I guess you would say, melted your butter, tickled your fancy, or whatever the terminology would be?
I like that. Melted your butter. I like that. You know, I've always used to watch Ghost Adventures with Zach Bagans. You know, after watching him so long, you get kind of tired of him and all the crazy antics that they do and everything. So I was watching that. I was watching a lot of other ghost shows, and I'm like, man, this is really, really cool. And I've always wanted to go to haunted locations and stuff. And then, you know, I started this show and I get to talk to people and I get to meet people, and I get invited to, my first one was at a place called Ashmore Estates out in Illinois, which is about 2 hours from my house here. And it was just incredible. I thought that, you know, walking through this creepy, almost abandoned old building would freak me out. But, you know, I'm just got my camera and I'm just walking down this dark hallway. Caught some fantastic stuff.
Mhm.
We had some stuff thrown at us, like little stuff, which was really cool. Heard some knocking, and actually, we were in a boiler room, and there was supposedly a spirit of an old gentleman who doesn't like women down there. So it was my first investigation, and then there was somebody else, a friend of Krista's, who was there, who unfortunately has since passed away. She was there, and it was her first location, our first investigation. And, you know, I'm down in this boiler room. She's up on the steps, and, you know, I'm talking to him and stuff. And we have a dead bell, which is one of those bells that you ring at a hotel front desk. You get service, ring for service or whatever. So we're in there, and the dead bell's going off. I said, you know, if you're a male, can you ring the bell? Ding. And stuff. And we're kind of communicating with them that way. And I'm watching the footage. We didn't hear anything besides dinging and other people in the other parts of the building. So, Darren, have you been there? It is crazy. It is crazy. Awesome too.
Okay. All right.
So I'm watching the footage, and keep in mind, this is the first time I'm at an investigation, looking through the footage for the first time. And, you know, you don't ever want to, you know, fast forward through any footage, because you're going to miss something.
Right. Or you have the fear that you're going to miss something. One of the two.
Exactly. And you always need to have the headphones on so you can hear really good. So the dead bell just goes off, and I'm watching more, and all of a sudden I hear a really faint whisper in a really creepy voice.
What did it say again?
We're watching.
Oh my God.
It says we're watching. I know. And, you know, we didn't hear it at all while we were there. But to hear that on the recording afterwards was just fantastic. I mean, it gave me chills when I was watching. I'm like, holy crap. Are you kidding me? So,
do you ever get the fear of going in these places that, like, maybe the hitchhiker effect? Because we know what's happened to Brandy. We know that, and others that we've known. Do you ever have that doubt, or do you guys do some prayers before you go in? What is it that you do?
I mean, anytime you go into any of these locations, you're going to have a fear of getting some kind of attachment and stuff. And every time I go to one, I always pray. I always have, you know, ask my mom and dad, my grandma and grandpa to watch over me. I always carry my dad's old rosary with me.
You're Catholic. I didn't even know that you're Catholic.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, it's just, you know, something that, you know, I know my parents and my grandparents wouldn't ever let anything hurt me or anything. Right. So, you know, I'm always asking them, you know, just watch over me, you know, this evening or whatever. I have come back with attachments before, which are not terrible. I haven't had any negative ones come back with me, but I don't think they're here anymore. They've pretty much moved on.
Okay, and when you tell those kind of things to your wife and children, what are they telling you? What are you doing, Dad? What is it that how do they take this information?
I mean, she doesn't mind me going. I mean, every time I leave, the last thing out of her mind or her mouth out before I love you is, don't you bring any of that shit back home with you.
Hey, all right.
So, I mean,
Anthony, I'm with you.
Yeah. I mean, it's the one thing that I had come back. We were at a place in Brumley, Missouri, and there was a little kid haunting that place. He wasn't bad. He wasn't. He was just kind of. He was playing with everybody, I think. And I come home, and I had two or three weird things happen. I can't remember what the third one is, but I remember it being three. The first time we had my dad's side of the family over, and we were all kind of in the house, all in the bathroom, and I'm standing by the bathroom sink, and we have like a granite countertop or quartz, I don't know, granite, I think it was. And all of a sudden, it was me standing in front of there. My cousin was kind of sitting off to the side, and you know those rubber stoppers that you put in the sink to keep the water from draining,
with a little chain on it.
Yeah, well, it didn't have a chain; it was just a rubber stopper, and you just lift it out and put it on the counter.
Right.
And on the backsplash, there's plenty of room for that to sit on the countertop without it hanging over anything. So all of a sudden, the thing flips over into the sink, and I'm like, that's really weird. And I looked at my cousin, she saw it too, and she's like, that's weird too. I mean, what was that? So I'm jumping up and down in front of the sink. Nothing's vibrating.
Checking the subflooring.
right. You're trying to debunk this. That's what you need to do when you see stuff like that.
Yeah, you either a building inspector or a paranormal investigator,
right.
one of the two. Yeah, we'll get there.
Right. And then I turn the garbage disposal on. That vibrates the counter a little bit, but not enough to flip this thing into the sink. And that wasn't on when this happened. So I'm like, I don't know what in the world that was. So a couple days later, I'm upstairs in our bathroom. We have two sinks, and we have glass doors in our shower. So, and we have a wireless speaker light in the shower, and I always like to listen to music. So I had music going while I was taking the shower. So I look out at my phone, which was sitting on the counter, and those little flossing things they keep the floss in it, those little containers you get from the store.
The white ones with the little flip top box on it.
Yeah, exactly. That was on the opposite side of the sink from my phone, and I had noticed somebody texted me or something. I got some kind of notification on my phone, so I look closer at it, and out of the corner of my eye, I see the floss box flip into the sink, and I'm like, "That's weird." Because I didn't. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Darren. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
We live not too far. I mean, there's a major road right behind us, and there's a lot of dump trucks going by. And I've never had it vibrate the house that bad to flip something off. So I kind of ruled that out. I don't know what happened. So about a week or so later, I had Jilly on, and I explained all this stuff to her, and she said, yeah, you have a little friend there. You have a little boy there. I can't remember what his name was, but yeah, you have a boy there. And I'm like, okay. I mean, so far, all he's doing is flipping a rubber stopper off and the dental floss thing, flipping that in the sink. I mean, that's fine if he wants to hang out. And she said he's there because he thinks you're really fun to be around. I'm like, dude, not the most boring person ever.
Yeah, he's like,
get out now.
It has to be someone in the afterlife who would think that, Paul.
Right. Thank you, by the way. I appreciate it.
No, I love you, man. I'm just trying to make it a fun show. Oh, by the way, coming up next, the Magical Journey podcast, we'll be having on paranormal investigator Regina Weaver right on after the show. At my God, is it 6:45, 7:45? God, what is it? 8:15 when your show comes on, buddy? I always have to do this because I'm right now in Mountain Time, but I will be joining you in Central Time here in November. So it's so hard to keep track of all that.
that is just crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot though. That's still a lot. If you're not used to that. 7:15, so 8:15 Eastern Time, 7 p.m., 7:15 Central. Thank you, buddy. Go and check out the show, the Magical Journey podcast. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and listen to his stuff. He's a good host.
Awesome. He is a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. But
Yeah. So yeah, I love that. I love that natural pause there. Go ahead.
but ever since that incident, we haven't had anything. So I mean, we've had weird sounds, and we've heard a couple voices in the house, but we haven't really had anything major happen here. So I mean, I guess
If
we're
I
all
brought
good.
that stuff home to Sarah, man, she would. I think she would fry my rabbit, or whatever you want to
Uh-huh.
call it, or tan
Yeah,
my hide.
yeah, yeah,
Because you can tell she has that with her. She's Mayan and Catholic, so you put those two together,
Mhm.
you're in trouble. But
Yeah.
she knows I'm into it. If I once I was talking to you, hopefully, fingers crossed, guys. I'm trying to get in contact with somebody who actually does like a paranormal radio show here in the town.
Oh,
He goes
sweet.
through all the legends of the town. Maybe I'll have him on one day and do some translating for him. And he also goes out to cemeteries and actually gets permission from the government to go do so.
That's
And
crazy.
he's like a medium.
Yeah.
And what the hell is his name? He's got a very distinct name. Yeah, we'll see where that, you pull the threads, as you go about I was doing stand-up, right? And so after the show, there's some promoters that I didn't know were there, and they were like, "Oh, you
Mhm.
guys are good," and we're talking to them, hanging out, having a couple beers, and this guy comes over, and yeah, he was like, "Yeah, just what do you do? Oh, I have a show about paranormal stuff and whatever, right?" And he's like, "Really?" So keep your fingers crossed, and let's see what comes of that. You never know,
Yeah, no kidding. And it's
Yeah.
it's weird. Like you were talking about this backstage. It's funny how you're just out in public, and I have a hat, and I have my show tattooed on my arm.
Oh my god!
And
That's
I get
called. If you're looking for dedication in the dictionary, there should be a picture of you, just like this. Like, yeah.
well, the reason I got it was once I hit 1,000, I promised myself, okay, if I do this, I'm gonna get the show tattooed. And really, it means more to me than a lot of things. I have met. This journey has just been so incredible. I have met so many incredibly amazing people, and a few stinkers here and there too. But
Oh yeah.
I've met
Oh,
so many,
yeah.
so many of
Oh man,
Jim
we're not going to
Powell.
go into that. But wait, we know somebody. Oh my god, that was a
No,
crazy
Jim.
show. I remember that show.
Oh yeah, that guy. I
Yeah,
forgot
dude.
about him. That dude.
Whoa, poor Tex.
Yeah. That's a
Well,
different topic for a different day. We'll leave it at that.
different show altogether. We're
He
trying to stay
that guy will
positive.
not be mentioned again.
No.
But anyway, it's just I don't want to ever forget this. And I don't know how, maybe I'll do this for another 10 years. I don't know. But I always want to have this memory with me. And it's something that brought me. I got to meet you out of this. I got to meet
Yeah,
Jim
man.
and Daniel and Pam and everybody in chat and everything. So I'm like, you know what? I just want to do this, and it's
there's a lot of things. There's a lot of people who are not in it for the right reasons. We're not going to mention any names, but there are
right.
people who are in it for the right reasons as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you just enjoy. You're just like me. You're kind of a child of talk radio, and you enjoy that.
Yeah.
And we kind of emulate people that we watched or are fans of, and it kind of lends itself. You actually went to school for it. Me being, doing what I've done with the stand up and with the music and being in front of people, being able to riff off the top of my head, be quick and hopefully, and it lends itself, you're like, when I'm on the show with you, you make it so comfortable for me to even talk, or people that, when Sarah's with me or whatever, or the shows I actually, sit down and watch and chime in. Hey, what's up, guys? Which is not as often as it should be, but we're busy. I'm going to a carnival, a Mexican carnival after this. That'll be fun. I'll videotape some of
wow.
that.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, there's gonna be some greasy chains there, boy. Running some of those machines, bro.
There's so many good ones out there, and you just don't have enough time in the day to do all your, to work, to plan your own show, and doing these shows, it's a lot of work.
It is.
And to do all that,
you only do lives, correct? I know you've done some other ones in the past, but you do only lives, correct?
I do lives. Yep.
How does that? because lives are very how would you say, they give me a lot of anxiety. Not with you, I know, dude, he's gonna be there, I'm good, I ain't gotta worry about it. Like this week I could actually relax. But there's times where things just happen at the last moment. Like you're running late and you made sure that you're going to be here because it means a lot to both of us to do that. It's the same way I try to be with you. But I do both. I do a live and I do a pre-record where I actually like cut it and make it clean and try to make the people comfortable. But doing, how many lives do you do a week? Two?
Tuesday at 6:30 Central and Saturday at 7 o'clock Central.
That's an incredible. How do you go about, say, for example, researching somebody to come on your show? Do they come? I mean, some people reach out to you, I'm sure, but at the same time, you actually are on the search, and how do you go about like finding guests?
Well, most of them are kind of referrals from other shows, and
True.
I reach out to them on Messenger, or if I get their phone number, I'll be texting them back and forth or whatever. And, just, asking a bunch of questions beforehand, asking for a bio or something before the show. That'll give you a good idea of what it is. And a lot of these people that I have on, we see on a lot of other shows. So, I kind of go back and watch other shows and what did they ask him? What are these guys known for? And if they have some of them even have a YouTube channel, like the guy I had on last week, Miguel Ramirez. He has Sasquatch Theory. He's actually from southern Missouri, same state as I am. But I mean, he's a fantastic guy. Has done a lot of research, and I know he has a lot of experience under his belt for not being terribly old. And that's a lot of times I'll ask, do you have many experiences or encounters or something? I don't want to know what they are because I want my reaction to be genuine here.
Exactly what I do. Yeah.
I mean, yes or no, do you have it? Yeah. Hey, Val. So that's a lot of it. I see a lot of really cool guests on other shows. I'm like, what, that might be fun to talk to. And we all have different questions to ask people. And if I'm watching a show and somebody doesn't ask questions, I'm always thinking of questions to ask. I'm like, what, I'll get them on my show, and then I'll ask my questions to them, and it's going to be different than other ones. So
yeah, I make it a point too to not know too much. I'll kind of ask, how is hello, run across you through, or somebody, my buddy Darren Franks said I should contact you, and I'm reaching out. I would love to have you on the show. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, and what would you like to discuss? And I just kind of let them, if I know it's like, some people have those life stories where it's happened ever since they were a kid, and I prefer them to kind of go chronologically, instead of hitting with the big numbers. A lot of people are in this for the wrong reason. They just want that clickbaity stuff, which is part of the game. Let's be real. Let's be honest. There's a little part of that where you have to get people to actually watch it because the algorithm is very difficult to crack. I've had one show that won over 1,000 so far. And so that's grinding, that's just grinding. But I think people come back for the genuine conversation, man. I really do. I think they come back to feel like they're a part of something other than to watch it for an entertainment value as well. Try to give them both.
Yeah, exactly. 100%, and the chat is a very huge part of my show as it is with yours. I mean, you're always putting comments on there, and, it's so hard to, do the interview with somebody, monitor chat. I know we have great mods and stuff, but you're also looking on there as well. It's just so hard to do. And when you have,
and they have questions too. They have questions sometimes. It doesn't fit with what we're talking
much going
about
through your head.
That can be hard too.
Yeah. I mean, so much going through your head. With me, thank God I have the headphones on, so it'll keep things in there. And there's not a whole lot of There's a lot of room in my head, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
So you have a big head like me.
Nothing much in there to catch anything, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's just a bunch of like just a bunch of you know, what do they call that, cartilage and stuff. That's what's in there.
a lot of cobwebs in mine.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
If anybody wants to argue, feel free. I mean, truth. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Jim.
That's why he's the king nerd and I'm just a nerd. You know, Daniel had a comment on here earlier that his favorite guest is Katie Page, and
yes, I had her on.
She's one of those people that, you know, you see her on TV, and I just took a shot. You know what? I'm like, you know what? She seems really cool, genuine, down to earth. I'm just going to reach out to her and see if she'll come on the show one time. And dude, she is the most down to earth person.
Yeah.
She is just awesome to talk with. She's got so much knowledge too about experiences. And I think that cattle mutilation and all the stuff that's happening out there on places like Skinwalker Ranch and other ranches like that is just amazing. No one knows what it is. It's just, she's the sweetest.
You're amazed. Awesome. You'll see somebody like MK Davis, and then, you know, shout out to Darren Franks here. He's over here chatting away tonight, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Darren goes, man, he is my favorite cryptid investigator, you know, like videographer, breaks it all down. I would love to have him on your show. And I was just like, I never even thought of it. I never even thought it'd be a possibility. So I reached out to him, and he came on twice, man. We did the Patterson Gimlin breakdown, and we also did the Zapruder film. So that's insane, dude. So when you or you know, Ron Moorhead, Daryl Denton, people like these, Al Santoriga from Paranormal, Bronxville Paranormal Society, and
he's actually going to be on my show Saturday night. Al's going to be on my show.
Al is fucking awesome. Excuse my language, ladies and gentlemen. Al is a genuine sweetheart of a person. Yeah. And his encounters and his research. I mean, just everything from, you know, Men in Black, Dogmen, Bigfoot, everything that he's experienced. You know, he's like I reach out to two people when I have like real issues. Like I had on Overland what is his name, Swamp Dog Overland Adventure, and that whole situation where the dogman grabbed his wife. And I'm still hoping that she, you know, whenever she's able to, she did reach out, but, you know, we're taking our time. And when that happened, and he's talking about the game wardens like contacting him and showing him stuff, I'm like, oh man, I start thinking about the people in the area. So I was like, what's the name of your county? Just give me at least a county. And I didn't know who to reach out to. I was like, do I reach out to like Parks and Services? Like, who do I contact? The game warden? And so I can only think of two, and one was Al, and the other one was Daryl Denton. They were like, "We're on it, bro. Don't worry about it. We're taking care of it." You know, it's good to have someone in your court when you run across something where you're like, "I need to do something." They're like, "You're doing what you're doing. You're doing great. You're bringing it to light. Now we're not the experts, of course. They would never say that, but we have a lot of experience, and we're going to go ahead and take this under our wing. And I don't want you to worry," which is a good feeling too. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you learn who you can trust in this journey as well.
Tom Cantrell, yes, I was trying to get him back on, but as you know, he's up there. He's long in the tooth, and I tried to get him on again, but it just hasn't worked out yet. But yes, Ryan, that was a fantastic, amazing interview. And wait till this Northwest Tracker ones comes out. It's episode 91 that's coming out in a couple weeks. It's up there with that one, buddy. Nice. You're gonna love it.
Nice.
There you go. Here's your show. There you go, guys. There's a go out. Please, guys, if you're coming into the show just now and you didn't know, please go over to Paranormal Among Us with this lovely gentleman. Thank you, Jenny. This lovely gentleman, Paul Anthony, has a fantastic podcast. Go over there, like and subscribe to his channel, and give him some love. He's a fantastic interviewer, and you're gonna love his show. For sure.
And I like to have fun, you know. I know a lot of this is serious stuff too, but you know, I like to, not that it's a joking matter, some of the stuff, but you know, we like to have fun. We like to throw a laugh in there.
I think the way I've always put it, buddy, is like, you know, you need to humanize the situation somehow.
Exactly.
Especially, you know, for example, you know, me and Paul, you know, God forbid somebody that we both know, that we both love and admire, you know, passes away. you know, the way we break the ice is like, okay, so did they put us in the will? Like I would tell you on the side at the funeral, because it's human nature. And to make people realize, you know, we're here with you. And you know, what's dark humor is a part of human nature, and we have to kind of be there sometimes, a little silly. Oh, you were out there, you seen this, did this happen? And just, or something that sparks something in your mind. And it kind of, I've realized through the time I've been doing it, that it makes people a little bit more even keeled and able to tell you and open up a little bit more. You know, like Jenny's husband, Mike, he never does interviews, and he came on and told me a ton of stuff. He said, I never told anyone this before. And that you feel honored and grateful that they would do it. And now she was on the podcast too. And now she's over there moderating for me because, you know, our good buddy Pam is, you know, out with her husband tonight, a little birthday celebration. And that's kind of what it's all about too. It's not just the glitz and the glamour of fear.
Yeah, exactly.
And oddities. It's like we're building a community, and you guys call each other nerds. All right. You guys also call Pam mom. I don't know what that is all about. I'd never do that.
I'm pretty close to her age.
Okay.
Than you guys. So I have trouble calling her mom as well. But you know, I am, you know, I always tell Jim that I am the favorite child. And he needs to know that. Right, Jim? You need to know that.
Let's go. Oh, let's go get some Te Reca and some Trancas. All right, buddy. What about Cristal? ¿Cómo se llama? Cristal Fresa. Is that okay? And my buddy Chewy. So that's everybody in Mexico has their own like nickname that's already preordained depending on your name. Like Eddie is Lalo, and if your name is Jesus or Jesus, then your nickname is Chewy. I don't know why. I still haven't gotten any good answers on it. Yeah, that's his.
How did Chewy come from Jesus?
I don't know. Maybe Chewy, can you explain? Kannst du das? This is German. Kannst du das erklären? Chewy, explícame por qué Chewy es la nombre para Jesús, o Lalo es para Eddie o Eduardo. Explícame. Para en inglés, por favor, utilizar una translator. Yeah,
okay.
I have to be. I'm multilingual, man. I have to.
That's cool. I mean, you and your girlfriend Sarah came on my show couple weeks back, yeah. And that was just incredible hearing, you know, you translate for her speaking English as best she could, which was pretty darn good, by the way.
She's getting there, buddy.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a fun show. I mean, she's had a lot of stuff happen to her, so that's pretty cool.
We actually remember she was telling about her sister with the portal that opened up in her house with the alien that was like in the shadow on the wall thing. Remember that? I actually went to the house like a couple weeks back after the show, and we started talking about this thing. And she goes, "Yeah, I was here in the hammock with my two daughters. The lights were out because, you know, Mexico, some little power goes out." And thank you, Amy. That was a great show. I appreciate it. And she was like, yeah, it was right there in the corner. It wasn't on a 90 wall. It was in a corner of a wall in the back corner. And in front of that house, this is their family's property. It's been with them for generations and generations, going back even before, you know, Columbus and the not Crusaders. What am I thinking of? What are conquistadors? And right out in front is where her grandmother, my girlfriend's grandmother's hut used to be. And I've been there. So who knows what's on this place, man? Who knows? Every time I turn around, someone's like, "Oh yeah, that's completely normal here. That there's witches and stuff." I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's what I find so interesting. And again, wanted to follow the medium around at a haunted location that, you know, that's normal life for them. Just, you know, walking down the street, driving down the street, whatever. Oh, look, there's the spirit of an old man right there.
Right.
Oh, look, there's another one over there. Oh, I'm gonna go talk to this little guy over here.
Right.
And I'm sitting there like, huh? It's just fascinating. And, you know, so the curator of that museum, Kathy, who's a super awesome person, we were telling all this stuff to afterwards. She's like, yeah, I've heard of that person. Yeah, and she has all kinds of artifacts and stuff and research on people that have died around that area. And oh yeah, I have something on this person or whatever. And it really validates how good they are too. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's very funny. My friend knows multiple languages. I guess so. One more time, I got the Jim Powell in the Night's Watch. You guys go over there and check out the investigation where he went out with Harley Owens, who rebranded. I think it's Owens something. I can't remember. It used to be called that Bigfoot Reports and Data, but now it's called Owens something. It's called his show. That episode is called Enigma in the Smokies, or Enigma of the Smokies. Go check that one out, guys, and see if you can see, because we're still looking through the videos to see if you see anything else. Even though we've pointed out some things, go over there and check it out. Look at it, slow it down, pause it. If you see something, go ahead and contact Jim, because we've looked and all of us have found a little something in that episode that Jim and Harley went and did. So really, really interesting stuff. I also enjoy promoting other people's stuff too, man. I enjoy that so much.
Yeah.
I really do.
I mean, it's a good community, and we all have to kind of stick together with this too. I mean,
yeah, dude. Yeah. No crabs in a bucket, bro. None of that shit. None of that stuff, man. I don't like that stuff.
So I see Darren had a question in here. Ask if I use a portal box or a translator box during investigations. I use, every now and then I use a spirit box, and I have it, I don't know where I have it, but it just scans FM frequencies, and you get words here and there. And interestingly enough, again, back at Ashmore, I had we were doing an Estes method, and that's where you have the person has a headphone connected to the spirit box, so they can't hear any questions that are being asked outside of this. And then they have blindfolds on, so they can't see anything either. So they're really in tune to what's coming through on the spirit box. And, we got a lot of cool things. And, you're asking, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite sandwich? What's your favorite ice cream? And the people that they can't hear the questions, and they hear chocolate, whatever. And it's fun.
Of course.
So somehow this one gal, she was under the Estes method thing. And all of a sudden Paranormal Paul comes up. And I'm like, why are spirits saying my name here? And so I answer like, yeah, I'm here. What can I help you with? And the next thing out of her mouth, Paranormal Paul, you're boring. Like, okay.
And so you got little boys following you home, messing with your stoppers and your floss, and then you have somebody just calling you boring. Damn, Paul, you live a interesting existence. Isn't existence interesting, bro? Existence is interesting. I never thought in a million years that we'd be doing this.
No, exactly. But even before that, I've always kind of had the kind of go on the guidelines that you can use all the equipment that you want, but your body is your best piece of equipment. You could, you'll feel things that don't necessarily come across on a K2 meter. You can, and I always have this on because I've had spirits come in here in my room with me. You feel things, you can hear things that just don't get picked up. Yeah. So, I mean, you can have all the expensive gadgets you want, and they're cool to use and they're fun, but and again, I'm kind of doing this on a budget until things kind of get going. It's really interesting to feel. We were at one place, and you get ice cold on or tingly on one side of your body, and you ask. I was with Jilly that time, and is someone standing on my left side? And her response is, "Yep." So, I mean, there's. Wow, you can sense things a lot better than relying on equipment and stuff. So
yeah, it's amazing what you can do with just dowsing rods, But okay. So we actually got an answer from Chewy here. Chewy is a diminutive of Jesus in Latin America, although many use the nickname Chucho, which would be someone's nickname normally. but Chucho in Mayan language means dog. So Laura, all the friends decided that they met in the choir back in the day, decided to use Chewy instead of Chucho, because then it would just be calling him dog. So I get it. So that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That's it's always fun, man. Learning new things, man. I enjoy learning new things.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. And on this show, you just never know what's going to hit you. You never know what's going to happen. And sometimes it's surprising good, sometimes it's surprising scary, but it's always interesting.
Mm-hmm. It is. I mean, you never know what you're going to get when you go into a location, and I absolutely love it. And actually, we were at Emmaus this last time. So it's kind of in a, oops, sorry. I don't know if I did something by mistake. Anyway, it's kind of in a valley surrounded by woods, and there's supposedly either Bigfoot or Dogman or stuff around there. There's been chatter caught, wood knocks caught, growls, whoops and stuff caught. So we were out there, and we kept hearing weird knocks, and we would often in the distance we would see like white lights in the woods up high in the trees.
You've seen this?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I had never seen anything like this before, and this was actually the second time I saw it at that location. And I mean, you see these white lights up in the tree, and then all of a sudden you hear in like 30 yards away, you hear either a dog barking or some kind of weird growling, some kind of chatter out in the woods. So this was on like Sunday night. Monday we get up and we're still hearing knocks, and it sounded kind of like construction, people banging on wood, pounding on wood or something.
You were telling me about this,
but I don't think that's what it was, because when you hear that, you're going to hear boom, 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 hammering.
It's going to be rhythmic
continuously.
Yeah,
you would hear it for like 10 seconds, and then nothing for like 5-10 minutes, and then you would hear the again. So I'm like, that's got to be something different. But we don't know what that was. But then, so we were staying in an Airbnb across from the asylum, and that morning, Monday morning, we were walking the tree line, kind of looking in the woods, seeing if we could see anything. And as we walked up to the tree line, I'm telling you the dead's honest truth, we saw an 18.5 by 19-inch footprint in the mud. And we just happened to walk up on it, and like, and Natalie was with me. I'm like, is that something that we should be concerned about? And we took pictures of it. It was amazing. I mean, it was right behind our Airbnb. There are a lot of owls in the area, so that's, so Krista from Blondes and Booze was there earlier this year, and they were walking through the asylum, and a lot of these buildings have the windows are knocked out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's recording something, and she hears this really weird howl, and she sent it around to so many different people in the cryptid community, and everybody comes back like, that wasn't a wolf, that wasn't an owl, we don't know what the hell that was. So, and there have been weird encounters around there too. So could it have been a Bigfoot or Dogman? It could have been.
Could have been.
So, there's.
Are you looking forward to? Are you ever going to do something like that with, say, somebody that we know who actually does the cryptid side of things? Because you do.
So
it's kind of all connected, but you normally go to like these remote, known asylums and jails and haunted locations. Have you ever considered, say, going out with somebody? I'm just going to throw a name like Harley, and he goes, "Hey, brother, come up here and let's go do some stuff."
Before getting into actually this past weekend, 2 weekends ago, whatever, I was pretty much ghost and UFO. I didn't know a whole lot about the cryptid side, and I really had no interest in going in the woods at all. The only not good stuff happens in the woods, in a really dense forest. In my mind, that's what I kept thinking. But after hearing those knocks and seeing that huge footprint, that's all I've been thinking about doing. And I really don't want to go in a haunted location. I want to go in the woods now. I want to get in there and I want to see what I can find. And
All right, reach out to Paul, guys. But
Yeah.
you have to be credible. Somebody we know.
Yeah. I mean,
Somebody we
I have
trust.
a few connections. I know, well, Jim's kind of far away. Harley has always said that I can go. A couple other people have always said that I can go with them. It's just, finding time off work and stuff. And with the
Right.
holidays coming up, it's kind
Right.
of hard to find. But, that is definitely
On the bucket list.
I mean, it's not something that I wish to do. It's something that I'm going to do. I'm not going to wish about it. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I have a long wish list. Like for me, I'm going to start out with the cemeteries, haunted locations here, haunted churches, maybe if I get lucky. And like you guys seen, I've been climbing up these pyramids here, and I'm going to see if I can go out and find some more of them. There's there's something about them, dude, that I love going out to them.
And I know that somebody asked a question in there in the chat before. Are you doing this for science, or what are you looking for? Where do you report these things to? I just want to know. I mean, I'm not doing it for any kind of scientific purposes or anything. Of course, I'm going to share everything that I find on here on my channel and on Facebook and stuff. But I just want to know, is there a Bigfoot? Is Bigfoot out there? Is Dogman real? What is the afterlife like?
All right. It's one thing being told by somebody else. Like I always bring up that, like it just happens to be Jupiter. I don't know if it was subconscious when I made the name of the show, but there's one thing to be told by scientists from watching, Discovery Channel, whatever people watch nowadays, that talks about, Jupiter. It's different when you actually pull up that telescope and look through the eyepiece and actually see it.
Yeah.
And I've done that. I've done that. And that is, it brings everything, it makes it more mysterious. So it's a human nature to want to know. So people think, I've had people who are, can have connections with science people or people in the science fields who are looking in the cryptids, whether it be, blood samples, hair samples, and things like that. But to actually be like, I'm not a scientist. This is, technically an entertainment show, but it also is people's real encounters. And I enjoy hearing them. I enjoy trying to maybe help them, because I think a lot of times, it's like for Darren, you guys have seen, I pulled up some of Darren's comments. Like he had an encounter that, a lot of people in America, that's our thing, hunting, fishing. That's their life, bro. They love it. It's been with them ever since the beginning. Then they run across something out there and they're like, I got to change my jobs. I got to move into the suburbs now. I can't be out there no more. And for a person, that is their whole life. That's a story that needs to be told. That's my opinion.
Yeah. And I mean, everybody that I talk to, it's not my job to say, so-and-so's story is 100% real. None of us know what they see, what other people see. I mean, they're giving these accounts and we're believing them or not. You don't have to believe anything. So, I believe, I'm going to say 99% of the stories that have come across my show, the one that I don't believe, that show has been taken down now.
Mine too.
But
there's a hole in the numbers. There's a 57. Where's that at? Well, you'll see.
But to experience this through somebody else's eyes is one thing. It's cool. It's not. How would I want to say it? It's not. I believe it, but I would believe it more if I see it.
Right. Direct experience.
When I go out there and I see the footprint, when I see a shadow figure down a hallway, or if I see a Bigfoot watching me through the woods or whatever, then 100%.
It's different. It's just I'm and the more you talk with people, the more you become comfortable with it. Because it's so foreign at the beginning where people are telling you these things. It's almost, it seems, I don't know who the hell that is. It seems so fantastical. that you can't kind of wrap your head around it. That's don't worry about that. That is from Twitch.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that's a
some
weird one.
Twitch stuff. Yeah, it's some Twitch stuff. And it's so fantastical that you have a hard time kind of like wrapping your head around it. But the more you talk to people, the more you create that spider web of contacts and start listening to them and then talk amongst each other. It doesn't seem so fantastical, but at the same time, there's nothing quite like direct experience. And so it makes complete sense to me, man.
Exactly.
So let's talk about what happened 2 weeks ago. Let's go into that, if you don't mind. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So I kind of told you about Emmaus, and we had a lot of things happen there. It was actually one that I did not record, and I did that on purpose. Jilly had an encounter with her great-grandfather or great-great-great-grandfather, somewhere down the line, who fought in World War II, and I believe died in World War II, I think. It was such an emotional interaction for her. So apparently in her family, they didn't express anger or fear or sadness. So she was getting like 8 years of sadness coming through her, and she was just sobbing uncontrollably for almost an hour. We had to actually take her out and to get her to calm down and everything. But after that, it was just an incredible night. Again, my grandfather showed up and had some great stuff. And then when we went to Emmaus, I had never used dowsing rods before, and that was the first time I've used dowsing rods. And we were getting a lot of great responses. It's one of those yes or no, cross if it's yes, wide open if it's no. Are you a friendly spirit? And it would cross. We were getting a lot of really cool responses. Didn't really see much there, but we were in. So apparently, the basement of this place is really haunted, crazy haunted.
Okay.
And we were down there filming, and just like it was somebody standing next to us, we heard there was 4 of us in this room. BMR, Natalie, me, and Greg Ogles were in the room.
Wow.
And Natalie's my co-host on Tuesdays. Yeah. Talk about a bunch of knuckleheads.
I can imagine, after doing all that and then maybe going out to a bar afterwards, that's got to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it was. I mean, the night before, we were just cracking up, laughing. It was one of the best nights we've ever had. And it was just so much fun. Brian Bowden was there. Krista from Blondes Booze was there as well. It was just an incredible night. But back at Emmaus, BMR was doing the dowsing rods, and he asked a question. And this is the only time we ever got this response, and we all heard it. A really loud guttural growl came through. And we all kind of looked at each other like, was that you? Was that you? Was that you? Greg, was that your stomach?
Do you mean like through one of your machines?
We
just like audibly?
We heard it. We heard it.
Wow.
We all heard it. And it was crazy because I can't remember the question that was asked, but it was like, or do you like us being here? And we always ask that. I mean, we come in peace, we come in respect. We're not trying to harm anybody. We're not trying to do anything. We just want to communicate. Do you like us being here? And like 2 seconds after he asked that question, there was a big growl. So like, okay, was that who growled at us? Kind of thing. Yeah, it was a really interesting night. And then
it might be something you would expect if you're out, what's the term, squatching? I don't know. If you're out doing that and you're trying to just know for yourself or whatever it is that we were talking about, you would maybe run across a growl, you know what I mean? But being down in the basement and then kind of using, water witching, which I've done before, it actually works. It's a very weird process. I've actually dug a well with, doing it. And I actually blindfolded myself, marked it, walked away, closed my eyes, and then it walked me towards it again. Did it like 5 times. And it really works. I saved myself a lot of money doing it for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But doing that in a haunted location, you have to be aware of where the pipes are overhead, where electrical wires are overhead. So yeah, just gotta be
Yeah,
careful.
you have to be aware. You just That's the thing, it's okay to be it's okay to want to get things, but don't want to get things in the wrong context. You need to
Yeah.
go back and kind of dot your i's, cross your t's, and make sure that what you're doing
Mhm.
um, actually is something, because there's a lot of shysters. A
Oh
lot of
yeah.
people think this is a red carpet occasion where they want to, I
Mhm.
am this person, or I have, and I don't think, if people become aware of your story because of its weight, there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. But there's
And
people who like to fake it. So go back and make sure
mhm.
that you're checking all those things. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. And credibility is everything. Once you lose that, you're done in this. I always, preface everything by, I only edit this to get out, crazy walking in there, bad camera movement or whatever. Everything you see has not been doctored. I don't use AI except for thumbnails for the show and stuff like that. But everything is 100% legit. I don't fake anything. I don't. I'm not in this for fame and money. I'm in this because I
No,
love it. I love hearing stories like this. I love being part of those stories, and it's just fun. And I don't faking things just isn't
it's
right.
just it's so.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to be in the metal world, and a lot of people like to dress up and put on their costumes and stuff,
Hmm.
whatever it be you're into, Slipknot, core, whatever. And I,
Right.
I, I always hated that. I always thought the music should speak for itself, and I'm not going to be something that I'm not, you
Yeah.
know. And that may be uncomfortable to people, to be on a show where people are openly Christian, and I'm not, and them accepting that
Hmm.
is a big thing too.
Yeah.
It's a big thing because they're like, "Oh, well, you're still a cool cat. I still love you. I'll still pray for you." I'm like, "That's all cool with me. If you want to do that, that's fine. I
Yeah.
love you." And
Yeah.
just being, because some people will even fake that. There's people who will fake that too, just to reach somewhere, which is just, it's deplorable.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Especially with AI now, the way it is, man. Like, I would
Yeah.
say a good 9 out of the 10 videos are just not worth looking at.
Yeah.
I actually want them to be grainy now, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I stopped watching like TikTok or Instagram footage because you don't know. It looks too real.
Right.
I can't believe any of that stuff. So
Yeah.
unless somebody comes to me with a story and video or pictures, I won't watch it on TikTok, or I'll
And it
just
discredits
keep
the people
swiping
who,
through.
yeah, buddy. It also discredits people who've genuinely had accounts. It really pisses me off.
Hmm.
It's like, I'll be frank with you. I don't like that. I'll be Darren Frank with you, and
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah.
I don't like it. If you're going to do it, but I think there should be some type of situation where if there's AI, it has to be something that detects AI, and then it has to be, I think, in the future at least, where this is an AI video. But
Hmm.
even then, they might put that and tag that that's something that's real. So I'm on
Yeah,
an uneven ground with that too.
yeah.
And that comes with everything nowadays. The whole world is like that.
Yeah, I think this AI stuff is going to be here forever, and it is just changing everything. I mean, people who don't really know about paranormal, cryptid, whatever, they're going to see that stuff and, oh man, this guy's got a really cool Bigfoot sighting. No, they don't.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's been fun catching up, man. I don't get to catch up with you as much as
Yeah,
I'd like to, but
exactly.
we got
Yeah.
to space these out.
It-
We gotta let you kind of like build the things that you're running into, and I really appreciate you came on the show today. One more time, guys, please do me a favor, go over
Anytime, brother.
and like, subscribe to Paranormal Among Us if you haven't done so, and go ahead and check out his shows. He has a lot of cool guests on, man. I appreciate you came on today.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm glad I got to get out of here, get out of work on time, and get here and with 5 minutes to spare. And I was rushing here. I love your channel, man. You're an awesome dude.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, no problem, no
Yeah,
problem.
we do what we do. We do what we do when we do it, and that's what we did. And
Right.
thank everyone in the chat today. You guys have been incredible today. A lot of action over there in the chat. In the future, guys, remind me to pull this up right here, this little thing underneath Paul's microphone stand there. That way people can actually see that we have a lot of things that there's conversations on the side that I can't even get into because I'm trying to. And it's always been great. Jenny, thank you so much for your help today. Pam, we'll see you next week. Good job. Pam, we'll see you next week. Tell your husband I won't say his name because that's not of me to do so.
Happy birthday, Pam's husband.
Happy birthday, Pam's husband. Many more in health and all things good for you.
Mr. Pam.
All right, guys. So thank you all very much. We are the Eye. We are aware. Love you all and have a wonderful weekend.
See you guys.
Maybe if I click it. You have been watching the Eye of Jupiter podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of your favorite interviews. And remember, we are the Eye. We are aware.